Hello. It's time once again for Thunderbolt Fantasy. Gen Orobuchi's totally awesome puppet show, which keeps getting more interesting every week. And if you like this review and other things like this, please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. There's lots of crazy anime fun here, along with video games and other random crap. Okay then, on to the review. So, Wan is still pissed that Master Locust doesn't really care that when 7 blasphemous deaths regains her true body, Zayu will be pretty much destroyed in all the chaos. Yi, on the other hand, is telling him, hey, don't worry about a thing. The royal family will take care of everything. You shouldn't worry. Shang will come along, we can steal the sword index from him, leave Shang to die, and Master Locust will be victorious. And Yi's all like, but you know, Wan, you could fight Shang yourself for the Sorcerer's Sword Index. I'm sure Zayu would love to be saved from that demon. And Wan counters, saying that he's loyal to Master Locust no matter what happens, even though he thinks Master Locust is making a mistake. He'll never turn from him, and that the Sorcerer's Sword Index rightfully belongs to Master Locust. How only he can use it to its full potential. And I don't fully believe Wan there. I still think something will make him turn from Master Locust to Shang. Maybe when Shang is fighting Zhao Junlin, Wan will be all like, this is worse than I thought. I'm going to help out my old friend and save my homeland. But I don't know. A lot can happen in these 4 episodes. And speaking about that, I thought the resurrection would have happened by now, because we're at episode 9 this season, and didn't Psycho Monk obtain 7 blasphemous deaths around episode 9 last season? Because it doesn't seem like the resurrection will happen next time either, due to what's shown in the teaser. So, Lin is noticing Wan's issues, and through his Nindroid, he tells Shang that Wan can't play both sides forever. Him being both the centipede and a guard at the Phoenix Light Palace. So, one of those 2 sides has to win in the end. With all the guards sneaking around, Lin will try to lead Shang Company to where Xinghai is without too much guard intervention. And speaking about Xinghai, with Azabelfer's help, her Leaf Portal time machine is finally operational. Just with a mere thought, she could turn it on rather than having to wait for the resonating energies of the Void Realm choosing where and when they'll go. Because before all this, you never really knew when the portal was going to activate and where it was activating to. But now it just seems that it's completely under Xinghai's control, which kinda sucks. Just then, Shang and Lang storm into the room, and Lang snatches the portal away from Xinghai, but he doesn't break it. I'm guessing he still wants to save Mu Ming from being blinded. So we then have a short fight between Shang and Xing, and it is kind of cool how when Zing's whip gets stuck in the wall for a second, Shang manages to jump up and balance on it. It kind of seemed a little bit Jackie Chan stunt-ish, kind of. So Lang uses this as an opportunity to make his escape before being quickly followed by Zing and Shang. And Azabelfair finds this situation very interesting. I'm just wondering if Azabelfair does know what Lang wants to do? Is that the reason his mind was changed to help Zing? Because it seems that hearing Lang's song a few episodes ago made him change his mind. Or does he have another ulterior motive that I'm not guessing? Anyway, they run into Juan and another big fight breaks out. A really impressive 2-on-2 match with Zing vs. Shang and Yi the Mantis vs. Lang. I think Yi's double-bladed scythe is an awesome weapon, and just the way he was using it with all the acrobatic spins he was doing and like the twirling it around. Oh, that was one of the best fights we had in a while. Still torn between the two sides when the centipede is just there staring until Yi basically says, "Hey, get over here and help me." So Wan jumps in and starts double teaming on Ling. In all this chaos, the mirror slips from Lang's hands and it breaks in half. Zing goes to grab both pieces only to be bumped by Yi, allowing Lang to grab a piece and escape, followed quickly by his friends. Now, I don't see how this is such a huge problem, because if you remember earlier in the season, Lin broke a leaf portal into a few small pieces and it worked perfectly. Maybe since it's now imbued with the power of time, having half a leaf portal will not make it work to its full potential? Or maybe the time energy stored in it is now split into multiple pieces so it isn't as strong and can't take you as far back? Maybe? But no, that one scene at the end. You know, I don't know. Maybe this isn't even a problem at all. Or wait, no. Now that the heroes have a piece, they could lock on to wherever Zing is going and chase after her. Maybe that's why. And I thought it was a little funny that Psycho Monk just shows up and yells at the villains about how much they suck since they let the heroes escape, and he just storms off. So, Xinghai does know Lin is up to something, and he's the one that led Shang to her somehow. Although Lin denies everything and tries smooth talking his way out of it, Zing says she has evidence. Lin pulls away the cloth to reveal 7 blasphemous deaths. Lin tries to look away, but Necro Bitch just shoves his face right next to the sword, and it starts corrupting him. To the point that Lin can't fight it anymore. He touches 7 blasphemous deaths and falls under her control. Or did he? Now this is Lin we're talking about. Master Deceiver. He probably knew Xinghai was going to try this at one point or another. He was probably expecting it and used some kind of Lin magic to protect himself. Oh god, now I'm remembering that Harry Potter thing. But what about Lin magic? Lin asked. What was the next bit? To Shang, Lin was a loud, soft, and slow bird. Shang did not like to think about birds. But anyway, Lin uses Lin magic to shield himself from being corrupted somehow. I'm sure it will be explained in a future episode. So, will Lin use this as an opportunity to pretend to want to kill Shang? Only when he meets up with Shang, he'll deliver 7 blasphemous deaths in order for it to be resealed. And during that process, the resurrection will happen. I mean, you can't have Zhao Junlin in the opening title sequence fighting the heroes and then have absolutely no payoff about that. So, in the Void Dimension, Shang and Lang are arguing about saving Ten Ming. Shang says you shouldn't change the past, but Lang just doesn't want to stand by and do nothing when he has the opportunity to save his friend's sight, saying that it would be stupid not to at least try something. Azabelfer pops in through the magic of the time portal and says something along the lines of, "We'll let fate decide your destiny," and drags Shang and Lang into the portal, leaving Huan behind again. And I don't mention Ling Ya enough, but he always provides some of the best comedy this season. As they're going through this time vortex or something, Ling Ya is saying, hey, what the hell's going on? I repeat, what the hell is actually going on here? While the other two are perfectly calm in this situation. So, Lang and Shang get separated in the vortex of time, with Lang winding up at the battle against Master Locust that took Mu Tenming's sight, and Shang wound up in a village of swordsmiths who he realizes are crafting the Tenzing Yarn. So these guys made the Sorcerer's Sword Index. Although I'm interested in Lang's part of next episode, Shang's looks a lot more interesting. And what was up with Xinghai looking seductive in the trailer? She's lounging around in a robe. What's going on with that? She's a necro bitch, not a succubus. I guess we'll find out next week, because that was this episode. So, we would really appreciate it if you would give this video a like or a comment. That'll help us get noticed more on YouTube. Ring that bell for all the latest stuff from the Reckless Amoeba Productions. And, I guess I'll catch you next week.